Hi friends, Laura here with Lelo Yoga and Wellness. Today's practice is going to be focusing on winding down for the evening. This is a great practice to do at the end of a long day or just before you're ready to go to bed. It's going to allow you to release some of your excess energy you might have in your body. Even sometimes when you might not feel like you have any energy left in your body, sometimes there's a little bit in there that we just need to get out, as well as releasing any of the stress, tension, anxiety, whatever may have built up during the day so that we can get a good night's sleep. Let's get started. We're actually going to start today's practice on our feet, whether you're next to your bed or just somewhere in your house. Let yourself stand up, but we will be moving down either to the floor, or you can even finish this up in bed if you'd like. So make sure you have what you need ready for that. We're going to start out by just kind of moving the body around. Don't try to control it. Have you ever seen little kids? They just kind of let their bodies hang loose and they don't try to be so controlled. This is a great way to release some extra energy. Loosen yourself up a little bit, especially if you've been sitting quite a bit today or built up some tension maybe in that commute home. Just give yourself a few body swings here. Let those arms fly around. Then we slowly start to quiet the body down and finding some stillness. Making sure those feet are right underneath the hips. We're firmly rooted into the ground. We're going to take a nice big deep breath up. Reaching out and up, and then we exhale, let it go. Moving a little bit through the neck. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, let it out. One more time, let's take that deep breath up. This time as we exhale, let yourself swan dive right down into the floor in a forward fold. Reaching toward the toes, letting those legs lengthen out. Letting your head hang, maybe we're shaking it no and yes. Let some softness come into your knees until your belly is resting on your thighs to come into ragdoll. We're going to reach our arms up, or our hands rather, for the opposite elbow of each arm, just to give a little bit of extra weight and feel that gravity lengthening out the spine. You can even move this around too if it feels good. Put some focus in your breath. And if you're moving it around, let's find some stillness. Let your hands relax toward the floor, tenting your fingers on the floor. Now let the heels come up. Chin is still staying a little bit tucked here as we come into ball of yarn, and just reach your arms around your knees, giving yourself a little hug. And then we let those fingertips come to the floor once again and drop the knees onto the floor. We're going to keep the toes tucked for now and let the hips sit back onto those heels. And really stretch out those toes. This can feel a little bit intense. We're just going to be here for one more breath. You can do it. And now we come up onto the knees. You can keep the toes tucked if you'd like, or set the tops of the feet down on the ground. Let's take a nice big deep breath, reaching the hands up high. As we exhale, we're going to bring the heels of the hands right up to the top of your backside. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and take your gaze up, coming into a camel pose. You can keep your hands right here, or you can reach for your heels, or even tuck your toes and reach for the heels. Just let yourself open up. Come back to your breath. On your next exhale, level out your gaze. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide. Exhale, let's bring the right arm on top of the left and just hug those shoulders in. Lift your elbows a little bit higher. You can stay right here in this hug, or you can take the backs of the hands together or the palms together for eagle. Inhale, sweep those arms down and up, lifting the gaze, and returning to camel. Coming back to the breath. And on your next exhale, level out the gaze. Inhale, take that big deep breath up. Exhale, sweep the arms around, left arm on top of the right. Start with the hug, the elbows. You can stay with that hug or go to the backs of the hands or palms of the hands for eagle. Once again, your decision. Inhale, let's sweep those arms out and up. Exhale, bringing your hands down to the floor. Let's move into tabletop. Hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees coming underneath the hips. Let's keep those fingers spread nice and wide so you can see the mat between your fingers. Inhale, lift up through your left leg, keeping your foot flexed. And then slowly let those toes come down to the floor, and we start to gently rock back and forth, giving your foot a little stretch, your toes a little stretch, all the way up into your calves. If there's any point where you feel like you need a little more stretch, you can pause on that spot, really hold the stretch and release any tension in that muscle. Inhale and lift. Exhale and bring the knee right back under the hip. Let's take that onto the right leg now. Inhale, reach the leg out first. You want to square up those hips. Your foot is flexed, toes spread nice and wide, and then we slowly lower them down to the floor and gently rock back and forth. Again, option to pause in any position maybe where you feel like you'd like a little bit extra stretch. Inhale and lift that leg up. Exhale, bringing the knee under the hip. We're going to take our knees out wide now. Big toes stay together as we move into a wide child's pose. There's always some options here with child's pose. You can reach the arms toward the top of your mat, or you can stack the fists under your forehead or drape the arms alongside your body. You decide where you want to go with it today. Start to walk the hands over to the left and feel the ribs on the right side lifting away from your hip and opening up. Then we walk the hands back to the middle. Take a breath here. And then we walk those hands over to the right and find that length all the way down the left side body. Walking to the center. Pausing here for 3 breaths. Let's bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Start to press yourself away from the floor. Bring the knees side by side. And start to roll it up 1 vertebra at a time. Take a deep breath. We're just resetting the spine here. At this point, if you'd like to move on top of your bed, you can do that. Or just stay here on the floor. That's fine. I'm going to come into a seated position, either on your bed or on the floor. Feet are flat on the floor, just wrapping the arms around the knees, coming into siesta. We're going to drop our forehead to the knees and just allow gravity to give us a nice stretch down the back of the neck. We're going to start focusing our breath to have a really extended exhale. Try to make that exhale longer than your inhale. This is your body's natural way of calming down, of bringing you out of stress or anxiety. Start to roll up through the spine a little bit here and pop your toes up off the floor. We're going to take our 2 peace fingers on each hand, wrap them around your big toes, and gradually start to press the legs away from you. Begin lifting through the chest. We want to keep a nice long spine. As soon as you start to feel you're pulling yourself down through the chest, stop your stretch there. Maybe the legs get straight, maybe they don't. We want to maintain that nice tall, long spine. And on your next exhale, release those toes, and you can just allow yourself to flop into that. You can get as slouchy as you want to in the shoulders right here. Let's start to roll it back. You might want to bring your hands alongside your legs, all the way down onto our back. We want to hug the knees into the chest and take a little easy rock side to side. You're not going to get quite as good a back massage if you're on your nice soft bed, but you'll still feel a little release in that spine. Let's start to move those knees in a nice big circle. And then take them around the other way. And then we pause in the center. Find those two peace fingers once again, wrap them around your big toes. You can stay right here or begin to extend the legs. You can take those legs a little wider and come into happy baby. You can even move your happy baby side to side. Then we start to bring those feet closer together, drop the knees toward the chest, release the toes, and bring your feet all the way down to your bed or to the floor, and let the knees fall together and find your restorative pose. Arms can just fall wherever they feel comfortable. Take a breath here. Think to yourself, I move forward and leave today behind. I move forward and leave today behind. You can feel free to stay here in restorative pose or maybe stretch the legs out, move on to your side. Let yourself get really comfortable. And we begin to relax the body, starting with your toes. Maybe give them a little wiggle, then let them soften. Your ankles, little movement, and then let them go. Softening through your calves into your knees. Into the thighs, your quads, right up into your hips. You can feel your belly rise and fall with your breath. Your heart softly beating in your chest. Your arms and shoulders begin to feel heavy on the floor or your bed. As you breathe in, you can feel that breath running up your spine all the way up to the back of your neck and the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, you can feel that breath traveling down your face, softening your eyes and your jaw, down your throat, through your chest, all the way back down to your belly and your hips. Inhale up the spine. Exhaling slow, extended exhale from the crown down the face, all the way to those hips. Inhale, I move forward. Exhale and leave today behind. Inhale, I move forward. Exhale and leave today behind. Continue your breath pattern up the spine to the crown of the head on the inhale. Exhaling down the front of the body all the way down to the hips. and repeating, I move forward and leave today behind. Today I will leave you here in your Shavasana, so you may drift off into sleep or continued relaxation. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts. From my heart to yours, Namaste. I hope you enjoyed today's practice and it helped bring you a little bit of calm at the end of your day and lull you into hopefully a peaceful sleep so you can be ready to start again tomorrow. Please feel free to share this video with anyone you think could benefit from it. And also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and meet me over at leiloyoga.com for more wellness tips to help you get to the life that you want to live.